Hi, my name's Steve and welcome to our vlog. This is our first entry. I want to give you a quick update to what's been going on since you've all been watching us cycling from Land's End at John O'Groats. And you might have seen the news on our various Facebook pages that we're going to be doing Land's End at John O'Groats again. It all started 5 years ago where I had this idea that I would cycle from end to end on my original rally bike that I bought when I was 14 years old. And at the time my daughter Holly, she was also 14, and the idea that I'd do end-to-end. So the long story is we did it. We did our first end-to-end ride and raised a fair bunch of money for charity. In fact, a charity that my son goes to. 2 years later, one of the people who cycled that first few days with me was my good friend Peter. And Peter said that he wanted to do end-to-end himself. So yeah, I did it for the second time. I did it with Peter, and we rode the length of the country once again, and we were supported by Holly from after she did it the first time, cycling end-to-end, and she drove my car along with Peter's daughter Catherine, and we did that for the second time. That was 2 years ago. Well, guess what's happened? Peter announced that he wanted to do his ride for the second time, and I said I would support him to do that. And his response was, well, if I'm going to do the effort and go from end to end, I might as well do it on my bike. So here we are. I'm practicing to do an end to end, but this time it's not just me and Peter, and joined by a good friend of ours, Kevin. Just pan around to Kevin, so here's Kevin. Hello. There's Kev. So we're going to be doing end to end, three of us, and we will be joined, you might have seen actually in the last time that we did this, Paul joined us for a few days of cycling, and he's going to be doing that same bit of journey again. So at some points there'll be four of us doing the journey end to end, and again supported with Catherine and Holly in the car. So I want to give you a view where we are, because I'm giving you a sneak view, but if I pan round, in fact I'm going to put on the other camera, so let me try and work this. Actually, I'll keep where you are. So I keep panning round, and what we're looking at is from the top of Ditcham Beacon in Sussex. And if I pan back around the other way, for those of you who are watching from Newcastle, you probably can see it in the background, but right in the middle of the picture in the background, hopefully you can see that, you can see the Amex. That's where Brighton and Hove Albion are busy thrashing everybody. Well, kind of. Hopefully they'll make it. So that's a bit of an update, a bit of a journey to where we are in our vlog entry. We hope to do this on a regular basis, and you can follow us on our training and doing the end-to-end itself. But we'll see you on the journey. Catch you then. And the journey continues. It's actually the next day, and there's a bit of traffic going past where I'm standing at. And I'm joined by my next buddy for the ride, and that is Peter. G'day. Morning, Peter. So we're standing here in Haywards Heath, waiting for our good friend Paul to join us. In fact, Paul's going to be whizzing by. Keep looking along, because Paul's doing a training for triathlon, and we said we're going to support him and help pace one of his laps he has to do for his triathlon. So we're waiting for him to come up the road from the Dolphin Leisure Centre, for those of you who know Haywards Heath. So in a moment we will introduce you to Paul as he whizzes by, and once he's done a few laps, or a couple of laps, we'll reconvene and we'll let you know how he got on. But that's it for now. Hopefully it's not too noisy at the roadside here. Speak to you in a minute. Cheers. Hey, I'm back again. So back in Haywards Heath and on cue, here comes Paul. I'm going to point down the street so you can see. Here he comes. So you can see this little black dot. That's Paul. And he's going for it. I'm going to join on the second lap. Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. He's on his way. He's on his way. There goes Paul. So hopefully, I'm hoping he's going to be well knackered by the time he gets around on the second lap, and I can keep up with him to pace him on that second one. So anyway, that's it for now. We'll catch you hopefully by the time it gets to the end of the second lap, and we'll give you the update at that point. See you then. Let's go for it. So here we are. I'm repositioned at the next stop, waiting for Paul to come from the road behind. Peter's gone down the hill and to try and encourage Paul to get up the hill, and when he gets to this top part, I'm going to then pace him through for the rest of the journey as it goes on. But anyway, all getting good preparation. This is all about part of our training. It's quite overcast today, quite cool. The car I took my daughter to a job this morning, and it was said 5 degrees, so it hasn't got too much warmer. But it's good weather for riding. Actually, it should keep us quite cool as we go on. I was watching the video back that I recorded yesterday at the top of Ditcham Beacon, and I should clarify for some of you. So yeah, when we were planning 5 years ago, Holly was then she was 14, and it was a year later that we did the ride. So just 4 years ago, she was 15 to do the end-to-end ride with me, and I took my original rally bike that I purchased when I was 14. And then did it again 2 years ago, and then traffic go by here, and then Holly was 17, so she drove Land's End John O'Groats when she was 17, which is great fun to see her do that. And she was up for it to do again, to drive once again for on this particular ride, so she'll still be 19 then to do this one. Anyway, that's the background and the timing, time scale. So still waiting for Paul. Yeah, not in the background yet, but as soon as he does, I'll be on my way. Anyway, hopefully we'll catch you at the end of my lap as it goes, unless I catch Paul coming up the hill very soon. See you then. And here they come. Anyway, I better get going. Again, we're at the finish line, and Paul's just completed his triathlon. So there's Paul, and he's just completed. This is the bike training, I should point out. He hasn't done the swim, he hasn't done the run, because he's slacking out a bit. But anyway, this is the bike part. And how far was it, Paul?
25 kilometres.
25 kilometres. And did you do your time?
I did my time.
You did his time. How long was that time?
50 minutes.
50 minutes. So we did it, and we're still breathing. We're talking, and he's got the breath. He did tremendously well, actually, on his second lap, and I was following all around. I was impressed myself. I kept up with him going up what's known as Isaac's Lane. For those of you who know Haywards Heath area, it's a nasty hill, not a nice place to be. But he did well. Well done, Paul. So this is Paul. So Paul's going to join us for about, we think, 3 or so days on the end-to-end. Peter, in Scotland. Scotland, you're going to wear a kilt? Again.
It's a long story.
It's a long story. Look at the comments below and make some comments. I'll put a link to some pretty pictures, perhaps, of Paul. So Paul's going to join us for that. Peter will be us for the whole duration, the whole end-to-end experience. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe, and you get all the updates as we go through our training and the end-to-end journey itself. But until then, we'll see you on the road.